So, do you ever just go online and you see somebody kind of going through a rough time and you've never met them, you've never spoken to them in your life, but you feel like they're a good person, like you've seen enough of them to think, "Oh yeah, you know what? Like that guy doesn't seem so bad." But then they do like something, like one thing that just kind of like flips everyone against them. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, like this doesn't seem right." Well, that's exactly what I'm feeling with Marquez Brownlee, aka MKBHD, because over the last week or two, Marquez has dropped a couple of his own products, a couple with different companies, and then his own app, believe it or not, and the reception has just been, it's been bad. To be completely straight up, he is getting cooked online. He's getting torched. Like, he's getting flambéed, you know what I'm saying, with some of the finest extra virgin olive oils. So I want to talk about it a little bit, just give my thoughts. But before we do that, what's good, guys? It's Dimmy M7. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And when you make your own products, people are gonna love it. I promise you. You make your own stuff, people will love it. But yeah, like I said earlier, Marquez is going through it right now. So over the last week, Marquez has dropped essentially 3 new products. He dropped a wallpapers app called Panels. He dropped a new shoe with Adams. And then he dropped a wallet with Ridge. Now, I'm going to get the wallet out of the way first because I actually do think it's the least offensive out of the 3 products. Easily. It's a very minimalist wallet. It's very reminiscent of the Trove wallet that Marquez has featured in his everyday carry videos, over the last couple of years. It's very reminiscent of that. It's clearly taken a lot of inspiration from that wallet. It's an extremely minimalist wallet, which Marquez loves, and I know plenty of people do too. And again, it does take a lot of inspiration from that Trove wallet. And I think it looks pretty clean. It looks clean. It looks simple. It doesn't look like the cards bend when you put enough in there, like the Trove wallet did. Now, $65 is still a bit on the pricey side for what you're getting, but I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. We've seen plenty of more expensive wallets that offer pretty much a very similar feature set. So again, the wallet, I'm not really bothered by. I don't really care much about it, to be honest with you. It's really not for me, but it might be for you. You should check it out if you really want to. It's the next 2 products that have really put Marquez in a lot of hot water. So yeah, let's just start with the shoes first, because that's kind of what started a lot of this in the first place. It was the first thing that dropped that people were just kind of going crazy at Marquez for, and not in a good way. It's called the 251. It's a low top shoe. It's basically a low top version of his first shoe that he dropped with Adams. And honestly, I don't know, man. The shoe has been getting put through the ringer for how it looks. Everyone's been calling it like a Walmart ripoff, or like something that you would find at Kohl's, something along those lines. Now, to be completely honest with you, I actually don't think the shoes look that bad. I mean, I understand where people are coming from saying that it looks kind of cheap. It does, but overall, I don't think the shoe looks horrible. I don't think it looks quite as bad as people online have been saying. What is bad about this shoe is the price. It's $190 for these shoes. Now, when you look at the brand Adams catalog for their shoes, you might not be too surprised by this. I mean, their shoes are expensive for at least what is, to me, very basic and minimalist shoes. They tout these shoes as being super comfortable, and I don't deny that. I'm sure that these shoes are very comfortable for people that walk a lot, really are on their feet a lot. They do look comfortable. They've got like a mesh upper, a nice foam midsole, and they're probably very lightweight. So I understand the comfort side of it. But there's just no way that you can convince me that these shoes cost $190. That's Jordan's type pricing. Like that's just crazy to me. And with the MKBHD shoe, it's much of the same stuff. I mean, look, this thing isn't using like premium materials or anything like that. It's using Apple leather, number one. Not poo-pooing on that or anything like it. Look, they're trying to be more conservative, trying to be more resourceful. That's fine. That's all good and dandy, but it's not a very premium material. In fact, from what I understand, it feels like quite the opposite. So yeah, just given the materials that are on the shoe, given the price, and given the overall aesthetic, $190 is kind of a lot. Let's just call it like it is. It's expensive. If it was down to maybe like $120, $130, then we're talking. I'm sure, again, Marquez is on his feet a lot, doing his videos for all of his different channels. And if these things are comfortable enough for him, I mean, come on, like that has to count for something. But again, $190, That's just too much. I'm sorry. But now we got to talk about panels. MKBHD's official wallpapers app. I mean, look, this was kind of hype when he first announced it. If you've been watching Marquez for a long time, you know the dude has good taste in wallpapers. Like, some of his wallpapers on some of his reviews are just sick. And hundreds of people will be in the comments saying like, oh, where's the wallpaper? Like, yo, let us know where that wallpaper's at. I've done it myself. So Marquez has finally released an app where you can get all the wallpapers that you see in his videos. But there's a major problem. Or I should say there's a few major problems. The first thing is that the app asks for a lot of weird permissions that you really don't expect from a wallpapers app. And the second is the price. So here's how basically it works. When you open the app, when you're looking at wallpapers, when you find a wallpaper that you like, there's two ways that you can get that wallpaper. The first way is watching a couple of ads and then getting the wallpaper for free, but it's going to be at a standard definition quality. It's not going to be HD quality. If you want the high-res HD version of the wallpaper, you have to pay for it. More specifically, you have to subscribe to Panels Plus, which by doing that, you either pay $11.99 a month or $50 a year. $50 a year? Or even $11.99 a month for a wallpaper app? Are you kidding me? This has obviously stirred a lot of controversy online. People have just been going crazy at Marquez for this. People have just been mad. And I kind of get it. I mean, look, I appreciate Marquez, really expanding his sort of product line and so on and so forth. That's really cool, but this just isn't it. There's no way that he thought this was the best idea, especially when you can literally get so many different wallpapers online for free. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that Marquez is, actually trying to rip off his fans or his viewers or anything like that. No, but I just don't think he thought this all the way through because, again, it's just a wallpapers app at the end of the day. Asking people to pay a monthly subscription for it, that's a similar price to Netflix or Hulu or something. I don't know. For me personally, that just wasn't a good move. But I do have to preface everything that I have said with this simple thing. If you don't like his shoes, or if you don't like the wallet, or if you don't like the Panels app, then you don't have to buy it. That on its own is true. You don't have to purchase any of these things that Marquez is selling. But at the same time, for someone as huge as Marquez is on YouTube, in the tech community, just in general, you do kind of hope that he would be a little bit more, understanding of, sort of the circumstances. You do hope that he could sell products that people could buy that isn't at a premium. As of the recording of this video, Marquez has responded to some of the backlash that he's gotten, like the weird permissions that the app asks. And I think he also did kind of mention pricing a little bit too. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what he does as a whole. But that's all I've got to say about it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know what you think about all the products that Marquez has dropped. And until next time, peace.